EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught at the 10. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 55 yards.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. To throw, it's Williams. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the 49ers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled by Jonathan Grenard.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Up the middle they go. It's Stokes. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Ready. Red, 38. Hut, hut.
On first down, here's Jenkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Niners at 1-7 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Once again, Jenkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. You look at this Bears defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're out executing.
3rd and 8.
Come on, set. Yellow, 43. Hut.
Operating from the gun. Langford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 52 blue. Ready.
2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
60 red. Fire.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Set, hut.
On 3rd down, here's Jenkins. Oh, good move. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Ready.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Ready, ready.
An inside run with Jenkins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Set, hut. 53. Set.
Back to throw. Langford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Williams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Xavier Worthy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Now 2nd and 9.
Come on, set. Red, 38. Set, hut.
Looking to throw. Langford. That's taken in by Stewart. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
33, yellow. Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Roman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
52.
They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 red. 60 red.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Let's go. Yellow. 52 black. Set, huh?
Operating from the gun, Langford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Roman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 31.
10 black. Set.
Now a give right side. Stokes. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Right. Ready.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Looking to throw is Williams. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. That one's taken in by Spears. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held into an okay game.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll go play action here with Williams. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. To throw, Williams. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To the air, Williams. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hooks. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here we go. 52 blue. Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That is caught by Stewart. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the 2nd quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Black, 95. Watch out, man. 52. 22 middle. Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
53.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking it about the 16. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On play action, here's Williams. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Well, they're going option play on 3rd down. Here's Pacheco on the read option. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, set. 60 red. 60 red. Ready.
Back to throw. Langford. He'll swing this out to Judkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's another 49er 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Ready.
Up the middle they go. It's Stokes. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. And now an audible here into something else.
43 rail. Right. 97.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
Let's go now. 52 home.
Looking to throw. Langford. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 6.
Ready. Black 40.
Operating from the gun. Langford. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready.
Back to throw. Langford. Wide open receiver, complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Down. 10 black. Zoom black. Set.
Looking to throw. Langford checks it down to Judkins. Touchdown 49ers. Quinshon Judkins as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. A point after, good by Groupie. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. Throwing is Williams. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Williams. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go. 33, yellow. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw. Langford. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
3rd down and 1.
Ready. 45, one. Ready.
Back to throw. Langford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
52 close. Hut, hut.
A give up the middle. Judkins. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47.
Blue 32. Ready?
Looking to throw. Langford. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
10 black. 22 needle. Ready.
A quick throw, but incomplete. Zero hesitation that time. He just got it and put it out in the right flat. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Well, you know how hard these quarterbacks nowadays work on just getting the ball in their hands and making a quick decision and throwing the football. Didn't work out in this case.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
60 red. Fight. 97.
They'll give it to Judkins.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Operating from the gun, Langford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Ready. Yellow. 43.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Set punt. Right. 60. Black. 95.
Operating from the gun, Langford. This will be caught at about the 6. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And we're going to stop play here at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Ready. Red. 38. Hut.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
Here we go. Set. 45. White. Drill. 52.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. To throw from his end zone, Williams. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Oh, I like this call. I know they weren't successful on it, but so many times defenses load up trying to get a safety when you're in this spot. How about taking the shot downfield, hoping to use their momentum against them? They didn't get it, but I sure like what they were doing there.
Here's Williams to throw from his end zone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
That's complete. Left side to Worthy. Down the left sideline.
And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In motion, the tight end.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Chicago!
Isaiah Pacheco
with career touchdown number 75. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is now 13. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
That's into the hands of Manor.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
10 black.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4.
33, yellow.
Back to throw. Langford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 22. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2.
43 round.
Looking to throw. Langford.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Ready. Yellow, 43.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Back to throw again. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
3. Ready.
On the handoff, this is Jenkins.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Come on, set 52 blaster. Move 32. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Work in the middle of the field.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense. But whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was 4th down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player. But fortunately, they will have enough to keep the first down.
Let's go. 10 black. 10 cycle.
Back to throw. Langford. He finds his man. Complete. It's Roman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
On the ready. Here we go. 33. Yellow. Ready.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side is taken in by Stewart. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. 26 yards.
And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 45-yard line.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
To throw, it's Williams.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Michael Williams.
Able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
To throw, Williams. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now he'll try to run with this. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. Oh, no, he lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. And it's defense. Here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To the air, Williams. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And they take a knee. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for Chicago, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as